Geek Squad. It's a Tuesday evening. It's a few minutes after 7. My name is Kobe Spiking Chroma, and I'm here with Winston Watcher to present to you Geek Squad on Joy 99.7. Yeah, started different, didn't I?
Yeah.
Geek Squad is brought to you by MTN. Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that do not expire. And if you don't know what this show is about, it's about technology. Yes, it's about bits and bytes. It's about hertz, megahertz, gigahertz, and it's about that thing that you're holding in your hand right now, tapping away, replying to that message, or dialing that number, or opening up your camera to take that photograph. Yes, your smartphone. That's what this episode is about. Expensive smartphones. The one that you bought for excess of 5,000. Your income is 3,000. Your phone is worth double of that. Is it worth it? Are you making full use of your smartphone right now? I really want to know. From you, listening to us right now, send me a WhatsApp message on 055 1997 055 997. The question is, are expensive smartphones worth it? And are you using your phone to its fullest potential? Let me know how much your phone costs, what phone it is, first of all. So when you send me a message, let me know what phone it is. Let me know how much it cost you. And then let me know if you're using it to its maximum potential. You can grade yourself. So from 0 to 10, you can say, okay, I'm using 5 out of 10. I'm using 1 out of 10. 2, or I'm Charlie Media, the phone self, I just the hold down more. You know, there's some of you like that the phone you just the hold down. You're not really doing anything with it. Winston,
Yeah.
welcome. Michael
you.
will be joining us soon via Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
That rhymed. Hey, you know, I got skills. And before he does, I want to ask you, what phone are you using?
I'm using a Note 10.
Note 10, Redmi Note 10.
No, sorry, Samsung Galaxy Note 10.
Ah. How much did you buy it for?
So at the time I bought this, that was the year it was released. I think I got it for about $900.
900. In that time, that would have been like 4 point something Ghana
Yeah.
cedis. So excess of 4,000 then.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm not going to ask you if you're using your phone to its fullest potential because I know you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a conversation. I had put a video together and I never released that video. I can't find the video because so when I saw, you know, in the group when you posted that, I was laughing because it's actually a conversation I've had with myself, and I have reasoned out my position on it, and I made a whole video about it, but I never was able to locate the video, so I never uploaded it.
So then that begs the question, on a scale of 1 to 10.
On the scale of 1 to 10, so here's my argument, right?
I know you're very objective, so I trust you to give me the truth.
Here's my argument. Whenever I get, or when I'm deciding to get a phone, I get the phone, and the bare minimum, the phone has to have the potential to make me bare minimum the cost of purchasing it.
Right.
Yes. So
Which is
whatever.
a very Winston thing to do.
Yeah. So whatever.
It's not just buying a phone. Everything you are spending money on or time on, I know you.
Yeah.
It has to be worth it. So.
Yeah. So it's been like 3 years since I've had this phone, and it's overdone that. It's paid for itself a few times, so I'm okay. I'm cool. A few times. It's still paying for itself till I decide to. I would like it to pay for my next phone. I would. Actually,
Which is possible.
It is possible.
Okay, so here's what I want to know. What is the most complicated thing you've ever done with your phone?
Most complicated thing.
Guess who joined us? Hi, Michael.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening,
only us
Spikey,
here.
and good evening, Winston. Happy New Year. I've seen yours.
Yeah.
I've seen Winston this day. I've not seen
Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Happy New Year to our listeners. Yeah, you know, I saw a meme on Twitter that made me embarrassed when the aliens said, what are they celebrating? He said, oh, their planet just made a full circle.
Full revolution.
Full revolution around their star, the moon. And that's what we are celebrating. And I just felt so silly. But yeah, for the science nerds, you know how that sounds. It makes us feel like what's like we are celebrating doing ringa roses.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, it's worth celebrating because we made it through 12 months of a year and we're still alive.
Yeah.
And that's something worth celebrating. So happy New Year to all our listeners, and thank you for reminding me, Michael. But let's Winston continue. What's the most complicated thing you've done with your smartphone?
So I have done a lot of funny things with my smartphone. I have actually tried and pseudo successfully mined crypto with my smartphone because I was wondering, could you do that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, you can, but I mean, it's not fast, and
Of
your
course.
phone is crippled the entire time. So that was a fun thing to do. But
Imagine when those hackers use your phone when you're unaware to mine crypto.
which is actually a conversation to be had because
Yeah.
it's something that happens with quite a lot of these torrent websites. But yeah, so I think mining crypto on my smartphone was a very tasking thing for my phone. But typically editing photos, editing a video when I have to. And then there's
Dex mode.
so there was a period where I lost my laptop for a year. So my phone was my laptop for a year. So everything that my laptop would do, it had to do. And that was fun. That was interesting in its own. You've done it for a few.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've done it for like 2 months.
Business
Coming to the
days
office
are
with
fun.
just my phone and a monitor and a keyboard and a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually still would do it anytime.
Maybe if you ask me, I think more. Okay, this will feel like I'm giving some free ad, but with Dex mode, I feel like many companies should actually not buy their general workers the same. Just give them a Samsung.
Just
with
give
Dex
them a
mode.
smartphone with Dex mode. And I was talking to Myers. Myers got a Note 20 Ultra, and I told him about it. And
Why?
why not?
I mean, I feel like you should have waited for the new one, but
Yeah, I think he was desperate. I told him
Because
I told
it's
him
this
to
month
wait.
that the
Yes,
new one
I
is,
did.
yeah.
I told him to wait, but he didn't wait.
ah,
But he was legit mind blown about Dex. And the fact that I have been able to remotely edit a video on my computer from Dex mode using any desk.
I have been wanting to try the remote.
I
editing
did that.
thing, yeah.
And yeah, bottleneck in the beginning. Anyway, this is not about me. So, Winston, so besides crypto mining, Dex mode, using your phone as a laptop, what
Yeah.
else have you used your phone?
That's pretty much it. I'm not a very heavy user of anything. of anything.
of anything.
Yeah, so those are the basics. I will test the limits of my phone. That's what the crypto was for. I mean, it got hot for.
Yeah, and it's still alive. The fact it didn't blow, your battery is still working.
Yeah, my battery is fine. I mean, I didn't do it for like a day. I just did it for like an hour. I was like, oh, okay, so this can be done. Okay, over.
bye.
Yeah, we are done.
Well, how many coins did you get? What coin did you mine?
I mined Dogecoin because at the time it was, for the lack of a better term, the easiest to, because Charlie, if I was going to mine Ethereum and the rest, Charlie, no be
Yeah.
today.
You know what I'm thinking about right now?
What?
What you're saying. So someone could daisy chain
A
some.
farm. Yes, I thought about it too. I thought about it.
Okay, Michael, your turn.
I mean, if
What
you're going
phone
to
do you use
daisy
first of
chain,
all?
iPhone 10.
iPhone
X, 10, whatever. This thing,
iPhone 10, aka iPhone X. Oh, that's
Yes.
like what? 4 generations old. Why are you
Yeah,
crossing
and that's
the
when I
fingers?
bought this, when it was fresh then.
Okay, so you are asking you this question is like asking Winston this question because I've seen you do stuff to your phone. Like I've seen you open up your phone and stuff. What's the worst you've done to your phone?
What's the worst I have done
Before
to
you even
my
answer that
phone?
question, how much did your phone cost when you bought it?
I bought it when it was new.
Yeah.
I bought it when it was new. And there was, I think this was, what, 3 months after it was launched? No, 4 months after it was launched was when I bought it. So I know, it wasn't 4 months. It was a
How much
year
was it?
and a half.
Winston is
It was,
the-
and I bought it.
Michael is now
Oh,
doing
but sometime-
calendar. Mr.
I am
Computer
doing
Man,
calendar because I'm trying to calculate in my head how much it cost. I
what
think I paid
depreciation? Are you now-
£900 for it.
£900.
I'm not doing depreciation. Yeah.
£900. And at the time, if a pound was
Yeah.
like 6 CDs, so that was like what 5,400.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a
But
whole lot of
to that
money,
thing.
bro.
Yeah, it was. And you know what was painful? So the painful thing wasn't just the amount of money I paid, it was the reason, because at the time I was using an iPhone 6. which already, if the iPhone 10 had just come out, had been out for a few months at least, and I was using an iPhone 6. You can imagine how old it was. And I only
Yeah.
bought it because my iPhone 6 at that time died. And normally I just wait because my dad was with me and committed, oh, I'll help you, I'll get you a new phone for Christmas. And like, fine, but the only reason I'm saying yes because the phone has to be gotten because my 6 has died and I need a phone, especially since I'm about to travel. But the real painful thing was what I really wanted, what that money was supposed to buy me was a new laptop. But I couldn't do that because now I had to go into buying a
So
phone
you
instead. So yeah, bought the phone, what do you call it? Let the iPhone 6, go on retirement. Thought that was the end of it. 3 weeks later, iPhone 6 came back to life. It's still working right now.
so you wouldn't have bought the iPhone 10 if the 6 was still working.
No, I wouldn't have.
Okay.
In retrospect, it was a good idea because I'm not quite at the same point now. Because like you said, the phone is 4 generations old.
Yeah.
But it's still, credit to it, the phone doesn't act like a phone that is 4 generations old. So I'm like, you know what? That's cool. I
Now
am way
with
behind
that,
the
I
curve.
need to know this. What do you use your phone for on a regular? And what's the worst you've ever done to your phone? Like, how far do you push your phone?
Oh, my phone now is mostly it does it serves as primary purpose as a communications hub,
Mm-hmm.
but I have had to do a bit of remote working on it. There is no Dex mode equivalent for this. Yes, Apple people, I have to collect the L on behalf of all of us. I cannot actually connect a series of small peripherals to this. I can't even connect Lightning to USB-C to this and turn it into a desktop. Not possible. But I have used it to remote control desktops and stuff. Sometimes I would go to the office, get there and set everything up and realize that, oh yeah, I took the power from my laptop, but I left the laptop itself at home. Okay, cool. Set the phone up and then use that to remote control into the laptop to control it instead. Whether I work on 3D files, video editing, I don't even need to remote control to work on documents and stuff because I can do that directly from the phone. So I've done that. Then that's even before the joys of jailbreaking get in there. But I've been out of the jailbreaking loop for a year and a half now. So my heart is heavy when I have to say that no, I am not up to
Now,
date.
that begs a question, Michael. For iPhone users, to jailbreak or not to jailbreak?
Gosh, it depends. If
Right.
you are a techie iPhone user, I always encourage jailbreaking.
Right.
It is worth it. There's just so much more you can do with your phone if you are a techie person. But if you are not, you are simply concerned with, and I'm sure the topics with what the value people get from their phones.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not a techie user and your phone is either a status symbol or a simple thing just to make phone calls, or even simply as a camera, a selfie machine, or a thing for taking pictures and the like. No, if you're using it for just those things and you're not going to delve in as a techie user, no, it is not worth it to jailbreak
Right.
because, as is the way with these things, there's a certain level of responsibility you, the user, have to take on if you jailbreak. If you're not ready to do that, no one can take on that responsibility for you. It's kind of like getting a driver's license. It's an active decision, and you have to go through a series of steps to get and maintain your driver's license. If you break the associated road rules that go with having the privilege of having a license, it's gone. It's not as legally bound as having a license, but the principle is the same.
Right.
You now assume full
So
responsibility for this.
basically, if you're a techie, you can log into your phone as an administrator. If you're not a techie, be in
Yep,
guest mode.
yep. Just be in guest mode and just enjoy.
Right.
Let's stay in the walled garden. It's a nice garden, so just enjoy it.
Yeah. The walled garden. And I'd like to hear from you, my listeners. Send me a WhatsApp 055 11 997. what phone are you using? How much did you get it for? And is it worth how much you paid for it? Now, we're going to switch.
Hold on, I have to ask Winston a question first before you do.
Right.
Winston, when you were talking about using your phone as Dex, which is one of the things I was expecting before Spikey mentioned it, you had a look on your face like someone who had just escaped prison. I remember it being a more positive experience for you. So what was that look on your face?
So it was a great experience in terms of utility. But we all know I'll still like to have my laptop because at the time I had 25 seasons of Top Gear on my laptop that needed finishing.
But you could have watched it on your phone, projected on your...
That means I had to get the files all over again. And
but you could have taken your
He's
hard drive
acting
out of your laptop.
I'd taken the laptop out. You know where the laptop is. So, you know where the laptop is. So yeah, at the time, but it wasn't a perfect experience. But that's why I said that if you ask me, like people who just go to work to do things like a few spreadsheets and a few, even the spreadsheets, the basic stuff, when Word docs and stuff like that, it's perfect for you. But for some of us that want to do many more, I mean, I couldn't edit as many videos as I would have wanted to because it was a bit tedious to get it done. It can be done, but it was a bit tedious.
So the reason why I mentioned remote access was because I saw that people could actually create like with the example that you made, people come to work with their smartphones and those who need to use specialized software. So there could be a virtual machine that is run on a network, and because these things, even like Android phones, Michael, support Ethernet, just so you know. Yeah, you can plug in an Ethernet cable.
So do iPhones. Don't try that with me.
I know,
boy.
but then
so
once you've connected your Ethernet cable, can you, if I may ask you, have like a desktop environment running through that?
Yeah, actually. If you stay within the walled garden as
okay, moving
yes.
on.
So, you see, I've caught you. You think you can escape.
I don't want us to complicate this. That's why I said moving on. Because
no, I won't complicate it. But broadly speaking, yes, you can connect the Ethernet to your iPhone.
Yes, you can
and
connect
then
an Ethernet to your
project your phone screen onto a desktop. Control your phone by mouse, maybe keyboard. Keyboard is maybe, but my mouse for sure. And yes, remote control a machine, almost like semi-Dex. Yes, it's not as straightforward as Dex is, but it can be done. It's not impossible.
I'm gonna put you to this. I'm going to hold you on to this.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
sure. We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Let me find a dongle, which I actually do.
I have one. Actually, I have an Ethernet cable dongle and a USB, like a dongle,
for iPhone
dongle with all those things.
Oh, perfect. Because I need one for some car warranty breaking as well. So yeah, let's get it on.
I know what you need it for. So, Winston.
Thank you.
Let me read the messages. Let me see the messages that have come through and let me read them.
Yeah. But
I'm very...
Before you get to that, I think your idea is very, very, very interesting. Because if a company had all its employees with a specific phone that they couldn't use. I mean, companies give smartphones to their employees anyways. And then that same smartphone is what you use to sign into your office. And then once you plug it in, connect the Ethernet cable and connect it to the mainframe, the main servers, which you can put as much RAM and power on. Then basically, so it's air quotes shows as your registry, because I know some offices clock in your hours and everything. So once the phone is in there, you can remote access the server and you do whatever that you need to do on your screen. And when you finish, you take your phone and you go home. The only question here is security, if your phone is stolen and everything.
Which is why you'd probably have, secure folder, not security.
Yes.
And on that tangent, RIP BlackBerry.
Yes.
Yes, so
they tried.
They did?
They tried.
So if you're using, I doubt anybody's using a BlackBerry.
I don't doubt anybody's using it. I feel like there are people.
No, I mean legacy devices, not the ones that started with the Android.
Oh, okay.
Those are safe.
Okay.
But anything running on any OS developed by RIM themselves, like the Z10. Rashid had one. Rashid in our graphics department had a BlackBerry when he joined us. Rashid, your phone is no longer going to work. You can't even call emergency 191 with your phone. Like it's dead. You know, we will have, towards the end of the conversation, we'll talk about BlackBerry's demise and what led to it. Please, my phone is Puvri 3. That's the first time hearing it. I've used this phone for my group project work and an outsourced project work, and I've used it for 3 years. That's AC from Ashaiman. AC, how much did you get it for, and is it living up to the task? I use a Samsung Galaxy A22. I bought it for 1,300 Ghana cedis, and I think I'm using it to the apex. Awesome. What's your name? Hi, BN Squad. Happy New Year, and happy to hear from you guys for the first time this year. Happy to receive a message from you. I'm sorry I can't mention your name on the phone, but it's a smartphone, and I maximize its use. Say 7.5%. What? Out of 100? What happened to the Xmas giveaways? Oh, yeah. So my producer took the names, the stuff already. We will get in touch with everyone who was selected, and it will be given to you. Is it worth it? Yes and no. If your current phone can't perform a task you want, then buying a new and expensive one makes sense. But if it's just calls, social media, pictures, and just for fun of it, then it's not worth it at all. Unfortunately, people purchase expensive phones just so all will see they're also using the new-ish in town. Nothing productive with it. Waste of money, keke. That's from Supply.
So you know the very interesting thing about this conversation is when I saw the title, I was like, "It's worth it is a very strong word. It's a strong and divisive word, because worth is varied to everybody.
Yeah.
Whatever you feel is worthwhile, because having a smartphone that's a 50, let's say a 5,000 or even an 8,000 Ghana cedi smartphone, and I am able to receive calls knowing that nothing is going to happen to this phone, and these are business calls that are landing me deals and this thing, that's
That
its
phone
worth.
is worth it.
That's
so
its
it's
worth.
relative, basically.
Yeah, it's
So
extreme.
the worth of a phone is relative to
The
what the
use case,
person,
yeah.
what the person, the value of worth the person places on
even
it.
even you and I know this because we are car enthusiasts. People buy phones to gain access to places the same way people buy cars to gain access to unique people. In America, there was a study recently that said that if you owned a Android device, you were less likely on dating sites. You were less likely to be swiped right on.
Yeah, and
So-
it said some of them too, you are less likely to cheat. Android users are
there
less
are so
likely
many.
to
Yeah, because I mean, think about it this way: the Android population there is very minimum, and I mean, iMessages is such a simple way to get to connect with anybody. So I can understand what they mean by you are less likely. First off, the number are less already. So if you are doing statistics and the population is small already, of course their metrics will also be small. But yeah, as for worth, it is really dependent on the individuals.
So then that's why we're looking at it from the point of view of how much you are utilizing the phone.
Okay.
Because considering how much the phone can do, it's like someone buying the latest Range Rover and living in Airport Hills
But we know people do that.
and working at
Around Palace Mall.
Palace Mall. And they wake up in the morning, start the car, drive over the bridge, and land at the other side of the bridge, and they're at work. And then vice versa.
Yeah.
So are you... No, I mean, that, let me borrow the Akan... is there a quote that says, "Efa Ohianka"? Let me read this message. Spiky, what does the term jailbreaking mean? That's now from Osu. So, Michael, this is your term, so you should explain it. What does jailbreaking mean? What
When
name
you
should I call Michael
jailbreak
right now?
a
Hey,
device.
Schofield, can you hear me? Schofield. Yes, you, Michael. What does jailbreaking
All right. I just realized what you meant by that.
He didn't get
Anyway,
it.
Yeah,
when you
really
jailbreak a device, what you're essentially doing is you are hacking. Yes, you are essentially hacking it and removing certain levels of security from it in order to make more use of what the phone or say device is capable of doing. Because by default, the manufacturer does not want you to push your phone to a certain level. There are certain limitations in hardware design, in software design, in terms of power usage, in terms of Wi-Fi usage, several things that the manufacturer says that, look, technically, this phone can push to these heights. But if we let the phone do that on a regular basis, your usage, ability to make full use of the phone in general as a normal user is hampered, or your security will be reduced. You'll be more vulnerable. There are several reasons why they will limit the phone from doing certain things. So jailbreaking removes those limits and allows you to essentially make 100% access use of your phone beyond what the manufacturer capped at your own risk.
Right.
But the manufacturer limits you somewhere around the 80-90% mark. But then you're going full 100%. In some cases, 110%, and that is what it is. And like I said, it's gotten much easier now, because back in the day, to jailbreak your phone, you had to literally, if those of us, yes, I'm exposing our age, but those of you who knew the Konami code, imagine doing that for a phone where you have to hold down a series of buttons for 30 seconds. Then you switch the button combination for 15 seconds. And there you go.
Thank you very much.
Then you have to run a piece of software at various stages. Like, it was very in-depth. Now it's like 2 clicks.
Yeah, just clicking, and then you're in.
But it's still, once you're in, like I said before, you're now liable and responsible for everything that happens to your phone. You have essentially broken the warranty. So if anything goes wrong, it's all on your head. It's all on you.
Right. And on that note, we're going to go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'll read your messages and we'll take some calls to find out what you think you're making use of when it comes to your smartphone.
My man, I heard there's a new app on the streets that does it all for you.
Really? How is that possible?
Charlie, I also could not believe it too. But I downloaded the app and I'm telling you, I was able to chat with my friends, make video calls, and...
Well, we know of many apps that can do that.
Oh, let me finish, la. I was also able to listen to the latest songs, play games, and read the latest sports news.
For real?
Yeah, and I can send and receive money from the app. Amazing, no?
What's the name of this app?
It's called Ayoba.
Ayoba?
Yeah, Ayoba.
Get Ayoba, your all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, share, play, pay, and listen to music all in one app for everyone. Enjoy Ayoba with MTN and download the Ayoba app today, everywhere you go.
So, SIM card registration. All MTN SIM cards in Ghana must be registered again with only the Ghana SIM card. Failure to register your MTN SIM will mean that you will not be able to make voice calls, use mobile money services, internet, and all other services linked to your SIM card. To register, just dial *404# and then follow the prompts. When you dial *404#, you will be required to send the following details to on your Ghana card. That's your Ghana card PIN number, your surname, your first name, your date of birth, and your gender. You will then receive a code which you will present to MTN Customer Care Center for your biometric details to be captured. Please note that the registration is free and you will not be required to make any payments. Yes, no payments. And so I'd like to read some messages and see what people are saying about their smartphones. So I hope Michael's explanation of what jailbreaking was made sense. And Efoyao says, mine is Infinix. I bought it in Kumasi for 640 Ghana cedis. It's satisfactory. I'm making use of about 70% of the phone. And please, I bought it for 950 cedis. Techno Puvri 3. Okay, that's what it is. On a scale of 10, 7.5, otherwise 75%. Okay, makes sense, Zet. Thank you. Christine Kaswa says, good evening, Winston. I'm using a Google phone. Certain times I get confused using it. I don't even know a lot of settings on it, and I've been using it for 4 years now. Wow. Good evening, Kobe from Amasama, and please help me out. My world has come to a standstill because I cannot access any file from my hard drive. It's crashed. How do I retrieve my files? Please help me out. That crash, it'll be
It depends on so many
Yeah,
factors.
it
If it's
depends on what
if it's
kind of-
mechanical damage,
then yeah, unless Yankee.
yeah.
And that'll cost you a whole lot of money. Okay, so I'm gonna open the phone lines right now, and I'm gonna be asking people some questions. 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541, 0302-216-541. The question I'm going to ask people is, what did you consider before buying your phone? And I would really appreciate it if I get more females calling, because I want to know what informs the feminine decision to buy a phone.
You know, the most interesting thing about smartphones is that you can do so much with them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are on, because we are creatives, some of our social media feeds will show people doing amazing things with their smartphones and everything. But the Ghanaian market is not going to allow you to come that I want to shoot the entirety of your wedding with the phone you have in your pocket.
You know, someone actually, I remember Morris in the club wanted me to shoot his wedding with my phone because we went out and I took
such a-
photos and
You see,
videos
that's
with
because
my phone.
he's been exposed
Yes.
to it and he realized that it would be good.
It
How
could
much
be
was he?
possible.
Would he pay you? You see, it becomes a whole conundrum because would they pay you what they think you should be paid? Because
Right.
I've been a videographer for some years now, and to be honest, I'm not particularly happy with the industry because it feels like we are the last people to think about. Regardless of all the equipment we have to bring, they'll be like, "Oh, so will you bring drone? Okay, then I'll give you 400 Ghana." Come on. If that drone falls from the sky,
Bro.
400 Ghana is not going to tickle anything about it. But so you say all of that, and then so they expect you to bring the big gear. You're bringing your camera, changing lens. They want to see action. But you want to take your phone and do chum 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 chum. I also have the same phone. But the truth is that people are able to take those pictures and those settings that many of us or many of you don't look at because you just want to point and shoot, and they do so much more. I have sneaked in a few jobs and did it on my phone, and it was great. It was a great time, and the client has never known.
Yeah.
Still will never know now.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I took some pictures with this phone, the IQ7, and posted, and people were asking me what camera that was. And so that's why I had to put a watermark on the phone, on the pictures every time I took pictures, because
So they could identify.
people could identify that was a phone. We've got a caller on the line, Nana Kweku from Kumasi. Do we still have Nana Kweku on the line?
You have me on the line. I'm here.
Yes. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm also doing well.
Wonderful. Nana Kweku.
Well, the phone that I use is a LG Wing.
LG Wing, that is impressive. I'm actually looking to get one. Now, no, you've just really piqued my interest. What informed you getting that phone?
Well, actually, I'm a multitasking, so I decided to get in something that will help me do two things at the same time. Now, with the LG Wing, once you swing it, you can be able to do at least 3 or even 4 things at the same time.
Interesting.
Be on Instagram, WhatsApp, and even also be on the website, probably if you want to. Right now I'm using it, I'm listening to you, I'm doing, I'm also doing WhatsApp at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got your phone primarily because of multitasking.
Yeah, multitasking.
Does it take a
So
toll
there
on
are
your
certain
battery?
things that I can also want to use. I also use a Huawei Nova 7i.
Right.
I do a lot of shooting movies and more or
Okay.
less vlogging, and at the same time, if I want to have some on my products, I need to get someone to come in and they come and shoot it. I shoot
Right.
it on my phone. I can do the editing on my phone, and I can just put it on my status.
And so do your clients know you've used your phone to shoot maybe a project for them before, and are they okay with it?
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Be like before move go Kumasi. Because if that's what it sounded like.
Well, okay. Thank you very much, Nana Kweku
Thanks
from
so much.
Kumasi.
Thank
That
you
was
very
very insightful.
Bye-bye.
We've got another call on the line. Kay from Airport. Hello, Kay. Oh, we lost Kay there. So the numbers to call is actually one number: 0302-216-541, 216541. When you call, let me know what phone you're using, how much of it you're using, and what informed your purchase. Nana Kweku said he got his phone because of multitasking. I'd wanted to ask him between the Wing and the Fold.
Yeah. Are they
You
the
know?
same price though?
No,
Exactly.
because the Wing is using a lower powered chip.
Maybe personally, I'm really wondering how he got his hands on a Wing and then
Oh, it's actually in
imported it.
Kumasi. There's a lot in Kumasi. Yeah, when I started looking for it, everyone who had it was in Kumasi. Seems to be the hub, man. Shout out to
To be honest, it is the hub, and it's one of the things I want to do.
That's why I got the Odyssey G9.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's actually one of the things I want to do where I want to go back to Kumasi because I remember when I was in tech. I want to buy the old school Game Boy Color. I just want to buy all those very, very
We've
old
got a
things.
call on the line. Eben Dasuman. Winston wants to go on a nostalgia trip. Hello,
Hello.
Eben.
Oh,
Good evening.
Good evening, Eben. And welcome to the show. What phone are you using?
I'm using iPhone X.
An iPhone X, aka iPhone 10.
I think I've been using iPhone for 7 years now,
Okay.
and really, I've not enjoyed it.
You've
Yeah.
not?
I've not enjoyed it.
You've not enjoyed it?
Yes.
That's strange.
Yes. Where the phone I was using, I could do so many things with it.
Which
Just
phone were you
one.
using prior to that?
I was using a Windows phone.
Okay.
Yes, and I could do so many things. So when I log into my Windows phone, my Xbox games comes to the phone. I can play them anytime.
Mm-hmm. What?
Windows phone is like about 8-10 years ago. Okay, so
Yeah.
I can still have my old pictures where I was and stuff like that. But this one, I really don't kind of like gel with it. You see, my job that I'm doing, I got my job because I was there and I typed my everything on Word. But you see, iPhone I have to download Word. But with the Windows, it comes with the phone.
Ah, yeah.
You see, with this one, I have to download more applications to do what I want to do.
Right.
But with the Windows, it comes with the phone.
So if you go away from the iPhone, what phone would you get then?
If I could have a Windows phone, I'll buy it.
Oh, and unfortunately they have been discontinued
But why?
because of the apps. You know, the App Store wasn't, the Windows Store wasn't
They're not
developing.
open to other apps or something.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
They were not allowing people to write applications.
They
on
are
the internet.
actually open to, but you see, you have to incentivize developers to,
Yeah.
build apps for your platform. And there were 2 already successful platforms, and they didn't see why. People don't see why they should invest in hiring a Windows developer only to develop an app for Windows when the market share for Windows was so small. So that's why,
Okay.
unfortunately, Windows had to die. But the good news is you've got best of both worlds right now. You've got either Android or iOS. And right now you're on iOS.
Yes,
And-
iOS is better than Android.
Sorry?
iOS is better than Android. No,
iOS is better than Android.
far better.
Okay, so I think then it
Android
means
is
that
like you're
you
using
have only
some-
one choice now.
It's like you're using a big tech to play.
Wow, shots fired. Thank you very much, Eben.
Yeah, or later.
All right.
I think one day this year we actually have to do a public debate
Yeah, on what?
on Apple versus.
Oh, come on. This argument.
It's actually going to be fun. Think about it. Like when I say a
no,
public debate,
no,
I mean like a
no.
proper
for a
debate.
minute, I
no,
thought
no.
Michael was
No.
in the air.
no,
A proper debate.
No.
Where people go and research and bring
no,
it will be
no,
fun.
no,
Just for the
no,
laughs.
no,
Michael,
No.
why you say no?
no. Because Winston lately has put on this thing where he's just looking for fights to keep him public, and this
The
is
man has
guaranteed. to
chosen
cause it.
violence in 2022.
He just chosen violence.
No, I
Just-
believe
no.
that we've lost the
No.
ability to have
No.
proper conversations with each other. So let us
You just,
encourage.
you just want Black London chat tech edition.
First off, is
Why?
back chat
No.
London. And,
I do not care.
and
No.
you've given me a wonderful idea though. Like a tech version of that show could be so much fun.
So basically, you want to peg Android users. Listen, it will never end
It's not,
with.
that's the point. It's not supposed to end.
Then what's the essence?
It's fun. It also gives you ability to understand the other party, why
Right.
they use it, and then wonder if the other party really does know what their devices are about.
So, if one team supposedly loses, in
you're
fact,
bragging rights.
within that team, they're going to say you didn't elect the best people to go and fight for us.
That's fair. So next time, bring the best.
So
people.
how are you going to expect like 50% of, let's just say Ghana is divided into 50-50. For argument's sake,
Yes.
iOS 50, Android 50%. So they should have an iOS conference and say, you, Winston, are going to represent all of us iOS users.
No, it's unfortunately it's arbitrary. We are the ones choosing.
No, which
So it's
people will say that we were biased.
no.
We
The
chose
first
to be-
episode will have to be us. Then after the fact, it could be whoever. It'd be like,
could be
okay,
sitting
I can make better points. Okay,
and then I'll
pull
be there
up.
and say, no, but I'm better than that guy.
okay, so pull up. Whoever will
So
pull
then
up,
100 people pull up,
which is not likely.
which it could be likely.
And then we'll schedule them over the course of the year. I think it will
You
be
just
fun.
don't have. You are just bored. That's what it is. You're just
Yeah,
bored.
you see why I said no, because your man is
So we've
literally
got K
the
on the
same.
line.
I
Michael,
have
let me pick K. We kept K too long. Hello, K.
Charlie, it's like I eavesdropped into some geeks having like an
So sorry we kept you holding on for so long.
the moment the guy mentioned the fact that Android is better than what you call it than I'm sorry, iOS
iOS is better than Android.
I was like, oh my god, this is not.
Why what phone are you using first of all?
Dad, I'm using a Poco X3.
Okay, that informs why you're saying, oh my god.
No. I went like, oh my god, because I knew you guys were going to get into it in some form. So I knew that meant more wait time for me. I was like, Charlie, why didn't this come after me? Anyway, but then on that point, right?
Yes.
I think you could still have a conference, but then it's not like all versus all. You pick specific models
Right.
and compare. You understand me? Yeah.
Because the Android army is like a lot. You're looking
Yeah, it
at
doesn't matter.
Avengers
so you pick an
versus
Android
Superman.
phone, and then you let the iPhone
Superman
users
will
pick one to match it, and then you can have a versus and see which one is actually better.
We'll think about it. I think it's something we should think about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes.
but I missed my Huawei Mate 20.
Back when it was on the Android.
Yeah, back when it had Android.
Wait,
I mean, when it
Huawei
had
don't
Play
have Android
services.
any longer.
So-
Oh yeah, because of their fight to US.
Yeah. Now they're Harmony OS.
Oh Charlie.
You know what's interesting? This is the second person I met today. Okay, the other person I met today is so fine with using his
Without-
Huawei. Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's cool.
So, Kay, let me ask you, what informed your decision for buying the Poco? Besides price.
Okay, so the Poco is because I still have my Huawei, but then the screen is messed up,
Right.
and they say it's the motherboard. So when I hook it up, I can still use it via monitor,
Right.
but then I cannot like carry it along. So the Poco is sort of like the next best thing, like a downgrade, but then can do most of the things that my Huawei used to do.
Right.
So I don't buy a phone if I don't have radio. Like that's my number one rule. I really don't get why they take the radio out because
Oh,
it
the
costs
FM
them
radio.
nothing and takes nothing. In fact, it's even there. They just need to activate it.
Yeah.
So yeah, radio and gaming. Yeah, music, radio, gaming. I think those are the
Music-
three things that informs my decision to buy a phone. But then the Huawei and the Poco, I also get to control stuff. You know, my
Right.
TVs, all the gadgets that.
Wait, so your phone has an
Need
IR
to know.
blaster?
Pardon?
It has an IR blaster.
Yes, I always get the phone that has an IR blaster. So that's
So
why I
you
didn't
must
get
have
the
been
T.
sad when
I
LG
didn't get
died.
the Y of the Huawei. I looked through and I found the Mate 20.
Right.
Even the X doesn't have the blaster as well, I think.
Yeah. So you must have been sad when LG died.
Well, I never really used LG.
Oh.
But I'm getting an LG TV. I'm into OLED now.
Ish. Well, I would have said I'll warn you about burning, but they said it's a
Yeah,
thing
but
of the
then,
past.
honestly, how long am I going to leave something on one picture only? Isn't that when burning occurs? Or maybe I might be mistaken.
I think this
He
conversation
flew over you briefly.
this conversation should continue in the Telegram group t.me/JoyGeekSquad. I'd like to hear what you have to say about the OLED and all that. Thank you very much for calling, Kay. was very nice talking to you. So you can join our Telegram group, t.me/JoyGeekSquad, and let's have a conversation over there. Good evening, Geek Squad. I'm really enjoying the conversation. My phone is SG-A11. That's Samsung A11. And I'll rate it as, I use it as 90% since it's my aid, Comfort in Ada.
I remember
Wow.
Comfort.
Yeah.
I think she's the one who called about the laptop during the giveaway.
Yes. Hi, I'm using Oppo A5s for 2.5 years, and it's superb. I have been using it to do all my office work tasks, and nowadays I don't use a laptop at work or in the office. I bought it for 650 cedis. Please, I changed my phone screen color temperature to warm, and the phone keeps heating. Why? To last. So, it could be that the fact that it's now on warm, it's, maybe the screen is using more power. It depends on the Oppo A5s. Let's see if it's an LCD screen.
Yeah.
It could be that, because warmer colors. I mean, which is actually why they're called.
Or it could just
warmer.
be running more background apps that you are not aware of.
Well, that could be that too.
Yeah. It could just be a background thing.
General Kobe Spikey and Chroma, Happy New Year. Many happy returns to you too, Douglas. If I'm buying the most expensive phone, which it functions, will be more than a laptop, and why not? Making use of it, but not to that expectation. That's Douglas from DC. Your hashtag, dear. Dada Noah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Spanky, for the explanation of jailbreak. It wasn't me, it was Michael. Thank you, Michael. I think most people use their phones for calls, SMS, text, taking pictures, checking Google for news and info, YouTube and other basic stuff. I look out for storage or memory size mainly when I'm buying a phone. What else can a smartphone be used for? That's Na in Osu. So, what else Let me read this before. I don't think I'm fully utilizing my phone, especially the camera, but I intend fully exploring it. So taking some great selfies with friends and several compliments on the picture quality, a male friend of mine grabbed the phone, explored the camera settings, and then proceeded to blast me for not utilizing it the more. So the phone is a Xiaomi Redmi 9T. Makes sense. I got it last year November because I'd used some other Redmi before and I loved it. That it saved all WhatsApp status I viewed. I no longer had to screenshot pictures or contact the person and ask them to send me the interesting video. Then the call recording feature is something nice too. Only that, unlike my previous Redmi, that could secretly record the call. This one issues some robotic warning to both parties. This call is being recorded. But all in all, it's a great phone and I'm loving it. That's Na from Spintex. Na, great to hear from you. Happy New Year. And this guy, iOS is better than Android for the wear. Don't start crying, my brother. See, somebody is going to cross a wall.
See, it would be fun.
Yeah. It would
Just
be
like
fun.
violence. What are we?
Michael, what'd you say?
I say he just likes violence. Violence is not
Michael,
the solution.
Winston likes violence. So, what's the function of the developer's option at settings? That's from Levi Corsa. The developer's options, well, as it says, for developers. So, if you're developing apps and stuff for the phone, and you go there, and some stuff, you can do some tests on the phone as well, if you're using developers' options. So, maybe you're building an OS for the phone. You have more.
Yeah. And sometimes there's
tweaks over
some
there.
background tweaks that
Yeah.
you will not be given to a regular person, but if you have your developer's options on, you can get access to them. We are not saying go and fiddle with them, but go and check it out.
Yeah. iPhone people be enumja too much. Do they even know what LG did for the smartphone generation? They have no idea what damage Androids can do to iOS if they were robots. Comparing iOS to Android, unbelievable. Manuel from Danfa. Well, someone went and stepped on the lion's tail, the Android lion's tail, and they're out to get them. But Winston,
Yes.
so yeah, we're almost out of time. Personally, since nobody asked me, I think just as you said, every phone is worth what it's worth, depending on what value you place on it. As to what phones can do, like Naya Nosu was saying, so much.
Yeah.
Like there's absolutely so much phones can do now. Today, I was editing some photos and I had to do each of them one by one. I just went into the Play Store and looked for a batch photo editor, and it existed.
Yeah.
I cropped every single photo with the same dimensions and then applied it to every single photo. Previously, I'd have to do that on my computer. And now there's an app to do that. And I understand the caller who said he has a challenge with iOS, because to do that on iOS, you're going to find that app. You probably have to pay a dime or two. And that's understandable because to put your app on the App Store costs more money than to put your app on the Google Play Store,
right.
which is why apps in the Apple App Store cost money, and you always have to buy something or download something or subscribe to something because they are paying, and they can't give it to you for free. Because unlike Google apps, which can have ads in them to pay for themselves, Apple doesn't do that. So if no ads, then you have to pay the developer, who also in turn pay Apple, and the vicious cycle continues. And that's why we're sorry that you have to buy apps. But that's why Michael jailbreaks, so he doesn't have to buy apps.
That is in the past. That is in.
Yes. I snuck that shot in there because we're out of time. Bye, Michael. You can't say anything. And I noticed Michael's changed his glasses.
Yeah, I was the one who picked them up.
So thank you very much to everyone for listening. The show has been Geek Squad. Catch you next week, Tuesday. Thank you to my producer, Prince Safo. Thank you, Abeku, my in-house producer. Dennis, the fair boy, my remote producer. And the people there handling the stream now, I'm not going to give them shout-outs today. And Winston and Michael, thank you guys for joining me. And thank you to the listeners. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Joy 99.7 FM.